9:30 in the morning. Absolutely beautiful for March. Oh yes. Tide's in. Absolutely lovely. Quick walk on the beach, then for a fry up. Bentley's enjoying it anyway. What you Twink? Twinky. So this is the East Beach car park. So it's literally straight onto the beach. Back to the van for some breakfast. Get the kettle on. Joe's just chilling while the breakfast's cooking. Dogs have eaten, kettle's on. Perfect start to the day. Twink, as ever, eating every mouthful of Joe's breakfast with him. Washing up's done, now back to the beach. So just on the beach, we've got the Watch House Cafe, which is really nice. And there's some public toilets just there. So these guys apparently do really good food, and in the summer a lot of ice creams. It is very busy here in the summer, but it's kind of cute, and it's as close as you're going to get to being on the beach. There's a couple of seats there, bit of a steep bank, and it's kind of a really fine gravel. Up, and then you've got this wonderful view when you get to the top. There's the cliffs. Bentley won't get in, he's terrified of the sea. Boo, you want to go in the sea? So these are the infamous cliffs at West Bay that do have regular falls. It says it's a too dodgy place to sit. However, it doesn't seem to deter anybody. There's quite a big slip there, as you can see, which when the tide's in makes it harder to obviously walk the whole stretch of the beach. It's a very, very long beach, and it's a lovely walk. Yeah, it's a little bit scary. There's quite a few bits that look like kids ready to fall. Just look at that scene. There's a beautiful. You would believe I was on a UK beach in March. So in front of us there is the pier, which you can walk along. A really lovely view. So I'll show you that in a minute. Walk along. Sauna there on the beach, the Bayside sauna. Probably gonna have to lift Twink. Lift Twink. Hi, Twink. So this is the kind of the walkway that I just showed you. It's kind of like a pier. I called it the pier, but it's not really a pier. It's part of the harbour. But it's rather lovely, as you can see. I just can't believe it. It is the 20th of October, 20th of March. Oh my God, I told you I was muddled. And it is just tropical. No coat on, don't even have a jumper on. It's just glorious. There you go, there's that sauna. There's Joe and Bentley. There you go. There's a little code to scan for the Bayside sauna if you fancy it. Look at the colour of that water. It's actually really, really vibrant green colour. Very green actually. Wow, and that's the other side of the harbour, which we'll have a walk along, slightly longer. It's got a viewing point at the end. Beautiful. So, in the distance there, actually Portland and Chesil Beach over there. So Chesil Beach joins Weymouth to Portland, which is an island, just joined by that African beach and road. The old cottages there on the beach. Getting into the harbour a bit closer to the main harbour now. Everyone's working hard getting their boats ready for the season. This is the main old harbour. Very pretty. Fishing boats. So cute. I love boats, but I'm absolutely terrified of deep, dark water. So at West Bay, they have all these little beach huts for fish and chips and various things. Coffee, donuts, stuff like that just on the bridge. Harbour from the other side. Really perfect day. Decided to stop and have a nice coffee at the Windy Corner Cafe, which is a really nice cafe, literally on the corner. Glass in the area, and it's dogs welcome, so that's always good. Twinkie's a bit tired today. She's going to sit on Mummy's lap while we have our coffee. This is the other side of the harbour wall, so we're just going to walk up to the end, to the viewing point. Look up there. So there's a circular viewing point at the end here, so it gives you that lovely 360 view all the way over to Lyme Regis over there. So I'm assuming that's the West Beach, as it's the other side of the harbour. And then just next to it, that tiny, tiny little cove. Just there is, ooh, didn't like that, is Eep, which is a tiny, tiny little spot. It's very lovely, very windy lane to get down to. Quite a wild spot there, really lovely. And then if we pan around, that over there is the beautiful Lyme Regis, which is actually my favourite place. My favourite beach, apart from all the beaches in Cornwall, that is, because Cornwall is where my heart is, truly. So this is the other beach that I just showed you from the harbour wall. A lot smaller than the other one, obviously, but it's still nice. Quite big pebbly beach you can sit on, or the dogs don't really like it, to be fair. So at the end of that beach we've got this lovely long stretch to walk along, which heads towards Eep. And sadly that's the end of it, because this section is closed off due to falling rocks. So this is West Bay Esplanade, and unfortunately, because they have quite a lot of falls, as you can see those huge rocks there, you can't walk along there, but previously you could walk along and then down onto Eep Beach. So that's Eep there. And that there, that little cabin there is the famous, the infamous cabin where the murder took place in the Broadchurch series. If you're interested in that or you watched it, that's where it is. So there's this lovely little courtyard here. I think it's the old customs house in here. There's not much happening at the moment because we're out of season really, or just out of season. But there's all sorts of little, there's a tiki bar, which is kind of cute. Looks like a new setup here. And that will be a cafe. That is a cafe restaurant, but they're obviously working on it over the winter. But the customs house itself is a really lovely old building. It's full of bits and bobs and traders selling everything. I'll take you inside. Here we go. So this is inside the old customs house. All sorts of bits and bobs and bric-a-brac and antiques. Ooh, love that. That's a great chair. Look at that. What I'm after, I'm looking for a knife, because I bought a lovely fresh loaf of bread and then realised I hadn't got a bread knife, or any knife for that matter, in the van, so I'm hoping I can find something like that in here. Lots of old cutlery, but no knives. Maybe they're not allowed to sell them. I don't know. I'll keep looking. So far, no joy with the knife. There we go, the old customs house. Interesting building, lots of goodies in there, but not what I'm looking for. I think we'll be tearing our bread apart for our lunch. Let's have a look up here. That's such a great building. Very cool. More joy up here, but I suspect not. Ooh, lots of nice china, funky bright colours. Lovely. Loving this. This is very up our street. It's the type of thing Joe likes to make. Lots of interesting things out of scrap metal. Lovely. I like the snail. Some very sweet little earrings. They've got little cupcakes. They're very cute. Fried eggs. Yes, I like the fried eggs. So after showing you the lovely Beach Road car park, we got told off for parking there in a van. Parked there for the last 20 years or so, so I don't know why. They've obviously changed it again just to get more money out of us, I suppose. So now we're at the West Bay Road car park. So we were told that's where we were allowed to park. Luckily, we did get our 4 hours, so we did get our tickets worth before the guy came round, and because we were with the van, luckily, he didn't give us a ticket. He kindly let us go on our way and come to the right car park. So anyway, if you're coming in a van or a motorhome, you need to come to this car park, which is the West Bay Road car park, which is on the way in, and they've got these bays for motorhomes only. I don't know how many bays there are, maybe 15, so not many. So in the summer I would think you'd have to get super early if you want a spot. But yeah, still very short walk into town, so not that drastic. Upside to this one is there's actually decent toilets here, so that's a bit of a plus. That's men's, where's the women's? Aha. This is the old Station Road car park, which is literally behind the one we're in now. As you can see, it's the old station. There's this lovely railway carriage. Bentley wrapping me around a post. This lovely railway carriage here, and I believe there's a restaurant. I'm sure you have to book up in advance. It's rather lovely old carriage. Looks lovely. Really lovely. Very nice. Look at those tables, don't they look gorgeous? Got my very white legs out. Very delicate little feet. It's actually beautiful. I'm going to walk down to the sea. Put my feet in. Now, for me, normally I would be jumping in the sea. I always used to get in the sea, Christmas Day, every day, cold water swimming, absolutely loved it. But not so much anymore. I don't seem to have the urge. I don't know where it's gone. I've lost it, along with a lot of other things that came with a certain age and a certain hormonal situation that's going on. So I kind of feel a bit sad about that, because I never used to be able to go near the sea without getting in. I've even been known to get in with my clothes on if I haven't got a swimsuit or anything with me. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to dip my toes and see how I feel about it. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. God, that's so cold. Wow, how on earth can I use one in there? Breathing. That was absolutely freezing, really lovely. So sorry about the sound, but I am going to invest in those little microphones. I'll get onto that well-known shopping site that we won't mention, that we all use quite frequently, especially now. But yeah, beautiful, but I still haven't got the urge to jump in, which, as I said, I find that rather sad.